What is going on at Draw It To crew? Ramny here with another vlog video, and I'm here today to show you guys the action figures that I have lying around in my office, because what I'm going to be doing this weekend, ooh, that was weird. Gee. What I'm going to be doing this weekend is I'm going to be taking everything apart. I'm going to be pulling the pictures out of the Wall of Fame, and I'm also going to be packing and boxing up all these action figures. So before I do that, I thought I would give you guys an overview of the action figures I have on display on my shelves. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'm a Marvel Legends collector, so all of this stuff that you see right here are mostly Marvel Legends, and I'll let you guys know when they're not. And I don't know how long this video is going to take because I have a huge collection, so you guys can see all of that stuff. And I have an even bigger collection. Actually, I have a lot of them in boxes in storage, and I'm not going to show you guys those ones because they're already in storage, and I don't want to have to open them up and then put them back in. So I'm just going to show you guys what I have on display at the office before I dismantle this entire office for our big fat move. So let's get started. Yeah, let's go. I guess we're going to get started by showing you guys my white bookshelf. It's mostly like the top 4 tiers that have action figures in it. And let's go up here. And these are all mainly Marvel Legends and Marvel Select action figures. I've got Ghost Rider here, and then I've got Blade. I've got 2 Blades. One of them is the Wesley Snipes Blade. I've got some Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, and Joker, plus Catwoman. I've got a couple of these Build-A-Figures. And Marvel Select. So that is a Marvel Select Juggernaut. This is Doug Locke, Ironmonger, comic Ironmonger. That one is a huge giant man. Then the comic, or the movie, MCU Ironmonger, that is painted in Iron Man colors. I have the Ultimate Green Goblin. I got 2 Frost Giants, the Hulk, Man-Thing, Man-Droids. I've got a Giant Man Skrull version. And I've got Spawn right there, who is not a Marvel Legend or a Marvel character to go with. So those are mostly my huge action figures. They're the ones that don't fit into these tiny shelves here because they're not as, or they're way too big, or they don't fit the theme. Anyway, so here's my top tier of the bookshelf, and this is my MCU collection. Take a look at what I have in store. This isn't all of them. I have a couple of things in storage, and I have a couple of action figures that I have in storage in Canada because I have my collection in both countries. I started collecting when I was in Canada, and then I moved to Thailand, and then I moved to the States, and now I'm moving again. So my collection is just everywhere. Anyway, so this is my the majority of my MCU collection, you guys. Can you spot some people that you're familiar with? So here's Star-Lord. I don't remember her name. Maria Hill, that's it. War Machine over there, and then Groot. I've got Yondu, Sam Wilson over there, that's Falcon. This is, of course, Tony Stark. I've got the Punisher, Doctor Strange, Iron Man Mark 47, I believe. I don't remember anymore. Then I got Vision over there. I've got the homemade costume Spidey right there. Zooming out again. I've got Rocket, and I've got Baby Groot, the plant version in a pot. I've got the Volume 2 version where he's a tiny little person. Captain America and Nebula. I've got the Astral Doctor Strange, and then I've got Vulture. Vulture, if you take a look, he's huge because you can see his wings. His wingspan is huge, so that is a Vulture action figure. Drax, Agent Coulson, Bucky, and then here in a classic just walking meme is Spider-Man and Daredevil. We got Scarlet Witch and Gamora. I've got the Hulk and Nick Fury. And this is Abomination. In front of him is Black Panther. Gosh, I don't remember her name. I'll get back to her name. I don't remember it for some reason. Jessica Jones, Loki. I was gonna say Scarlet Witch, but no, it's Scarlett Johansson. Black Widow. That's Thor, Hawkeye, Giant Man. I think that's most of them. Oh yeah, Elektra is right there, right in front of Hawkeye, and Baron Mordo. And this is Mantis. I just remembered her name. I think those are most of my MCU figures. I have a whole bunch of other ones, like I have the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 version of this guy, plus, you know, all the earlier versions of Iron Man and Captain America and stuff like that. So I just don't keep all of them around. Excuse me, I'm just trying to fix something. There you go. So that's my MCU collection. At the bottom of that is a good chunk of my X-Men collection. This is the newest action figures that I have. I have older action figures that are in storage in Canada. So this is just the newest stuff that I got. And we'll start with at the back corner there we have Archangel. And these are not the movie versions. These are all comic book versions of Marvel X-Men figures. So back there you've got Archangel. In front of him is Juggernaut. And then here is Sabretooth, Rogue, Spiral with 6 arms. I love this figure. Sunfire and Sunfire. There and there. This is the Age of Apocalypse Sunfire. This is the Earth 616 version. Did I mention Juggernaut? Avalanche, Kitty Pryde. Havoc is in front of Kitty Pryde, but hidden by, what's her name? What is her name? Good grief. Okay, let me think of her name. That is, of course, Magneto. Not very fond of this look, this face of Magneto's. Old Man Logan. Mystique, that's her name. That's Mystique right there in the blue. Right in front of that, I've got different versions of Jean Grey. This is the Dark Phoenix version. And then I've got the Jean Grey Phoenix version. I've got the Jean Grey 1990s Jim Lee version. And over there I've got the Marvel Girl Jim Lee, the Marvel Girl version of Jean Grey in the green. Beside her is Cannonball, and then Forge. That's Forge right there in the yellow and blue jumpsuit. Behind him is an older version of Cable. I don't remember her name, his name. The guy in the back there. I'll have to think about it. It's Phantom X, I think. Yeah. Iceman. Polaris, another Iceman. This is an older version, but I just got it. This is, of course, Wolverine. Grey Deadpool back in when he was in X-Force. X-Force. A newer version of Cable. Hope. What do you call it? Hope. I'm trying to think of Hope Summers. That's it. Right behind Cable there. Hope Summers. And then you got Storm and a Mohawk. I got 3 different versions of Cyclops. So there's the 1990s Jim Lee Cyclops, and then there's the astonishing X-Men Cyclops right there in the darker blue, and then this is the 1980s Cyclops. When I started reading X-Men, that's the Cyclops I remember, and then the cartoon came out, that's the Cyclops after that. This is Dazzler, Shatterstar, 2 Colossuses, that's the older Colossus, and this is the newer Colossus, and that is Sasquatch right there. So those are my X-Men, if you take a look back. Of course, not all of I don't have all of my X-Men on display. There's just way too many to fit in this one little thing. Just below that isn't too much. They're just randoms that don't fit anywhere else. I don't collect DC action figures, so I keep them here. I've got the Dark Knight Rises. They're the Frank Miller versions of Superman and Batman. And then I've got my 2 favorite Power Rangers, the Red Ranger, Jason, and the Green Ranger, Tommy. I've got a poster of all the Pokemon and RoboCop. I've got the Dark Knight Batman right there. That's Christian Bale. And then I've got the comic Superman. And then Deadshot, because I like Will Smith. I'm a huge fan of Will Smith, so I got Deadshot. Even though I'm not a fan of the Suicide Squad movie, nor did I really want to collect everyone else. I just wanted to collect Deadshot. here is Spider-Man. I've got two of those. They're from Loot Crate. So there's the other one. I also got this Bruce Lee action figure statue, my favorite. And then I got a whole bunch of stuff from Mario, Luigi, and Toad. I got those from Thailand. I got them from a student, actually. And then these, I got that Five Nights at Freddy's character. I got that from a viewer. And then I got Thor and Loki. These are all from Loot Crate. I got the aliens and another Spider-Man. So that's that. So walking backwards, that's what that shelf entails. But that's not all, you guys. So, because if you turn around, I got more stuff over here. I'm gonna try my hardest not to aim at the window because it really darkens, messes up the, what do you call it? I can't even talk right now. It just messes up the video. Anyway, so here is just a random collection of Hulk action figures. This isn't all of them, believe it or not. That is the End Hulk, Red She-Hulk, Red Hulk, the main Hulk, more like a 1980s, 1990s version of the Hulk, the first appearance Hulk, but in green, and then I got She-Hulk, and I've got the Gray Hulk right there. So those are the different Hulks. Huge fan of the character. I've got, this is the Ultron and Robot Army. So there's Ultron, three different versions of Ultron, but I don't have the MCU Ultron here. I have it in storage in Canada. And then I've got Titanium Man and Crimson Dynamo in the back. Hard to see. I don't want to move it because this Ultron right here is a Marvel Select Ultron, but it's really wobbly. Like if I touch it, it'll fall over, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to touch it. Here I've got just 5 of my Iron Man, comic Iron Man armors. I've got tons more, but there's 5 different versions. Neoclassic, this is the Extremist version. That is the Leading Edge version. I've got the Space version over there, and I've got the, I don't remember, Heroes Reborn version of Iron Man. So like I said, that's not all of them, but I just chose to display those because they have the classic red and gold that I like. Over here, I've got the Elektra, Bullseye, and Daredevil, plus hand ninjas, the red hand ninja and a white hand ninja. This is a really old version, like really old action figures. They had no idea how to make female action figures back then. So that's what that looks like, kind of scary looking. These are some of my Wolverines. These are not all my Wolverines. And Sabertooths. So I've got the first appearance Sabretooth over there, first appearance Wolverine. I've got the main Sabretooth 1990s look over there. This is Daken, which is Wolverine's son. I've got the main Wolverine in his classic yellow and black and blue costume. And I've got the X-Men jumpsuit Wolverine right there. So there's that. Going down now, I just got these ladies. These are the A-Force, Elsa Bloodstone, Sif, Singularity, Lady Loki, She-Hulk, and Monica Rambeau as, well, her name is Monica Rambeau, but I do remember her in the comics as Captain Marvel, so that's what I'm going to call her, Captain Marvel. I like her. We got the Ninja Turtles right here. Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. They are the comic book, oh, not the comic book, the cartoon versions. So that's cool. Up here are just some random large figures, and they're some of my rarer ones, I guess you could say. Rare or just big. So that's the Hulkbuster from the comics. That's a Marvel Select. In front of it is Crossbones. It's a hard to find figure. That is a Sandman, and that's an exclusive Sandman figure. This is the Unworthy Thor, I believe, also an exclusive figure. And then I have Blastar, another exclusive figure. They're characters from the comics. And then Marvel Select, Venom, my favorite Venom action figure right there. Gladiator, also exclusive, and Abomination, this is an exclusive one, not the Build-A-Figure, so random, but there's some of my exclusive action figures, some of my favorite ones. just below that, I've got Hydra people, Madam Hydra, Hydra henchman, Red Skull, another Hydra henchman, and Baron Zemo right there. Okay, right beside that, we've got some classic X-Men villains. Or not really classic, they're just some X-Men villains. So, you've got Purple Man, who is a Jessica Jones villain, Kang right behind him, Claw, Dread Knight, yeah, that's it. He's an exclusive. Bucky, back when he was a bad guy, that's actually the MCU Bucky. So I don't have him in the MCU shelf because I already have an MCU Bucky over there. Radioactive Man and the lady version of Beetle. So those are some of my Avengers bad guys. And these are some of my Avengers. So I've got Thor, a very old version of Thor. Doc Samson, this is Captain America. Actually, I got Captain America wearing Punisher's grenades and all that stuff. And then Hawkeye and I forgot her name. She's like Lady Hawkeye. Anyway, so those two, that's the ultimate Hawkeye over there. So those are some Avengers, and then got some more Avengers over here. This is a custom War Machine. Moon Knight right behind. Ant-Man. That's the third reiteration of Ant-Man. The irredeemable Ant-Man. Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel. Another Iron Man. And right behind that is the US agent right behind the Ant-Man there. Yeah, he took over Captain America at one point in the comics. Okay, here you go. They've got some SHIELD people. You got the white Nick Fury and the black Nick Fury. You got the SHIELD agent right there. It kind of reminds me of the Hulk, or not the Hulk, the Rock. Got a comic version of Maria Hill and a comic version of what's her name? I keep thinking Scarlet Witch. Black Widow, right there, comic version of Black Widow. Okay, and then some more Avengers. That is Ronan, who's actually Hawkeye, Wonder Man, Goliath, Wasp, comic version of Black Panther, and comic version of The Vision. So that's that. And that's not all, you guys. So I've got those two shelves, that big bookshelf, and then I've got these shelves right here. So let's get started. Those are some of my Build-A-Figures. You've got the Arnim Zola Build-A-Figure here. This is the variant one with the red skull head. I've got another, what do you call it, comic Ironmonger. Dormammu. Thanos. This is, what do you call him? What's his name? His name is Holocaust in the comics, but I think they want you to call him Nemesis because they don't want to use the word Holocaust. So that's Nemesis, who is an X-Men figure. Juggernaut right behind Nemesis there. Groot and Terrax. So those are some Build-A-Figures that I've collected. These are not Marvel Legends, they are Mortal Kombat figures, and there's only 6, and I collected all of them, including the variants. I've got the variants for these guys. So I've got Sub-Zero, Kitana, Scorpion, shoot, what is his name? Raiden, Quan Chi, and I don't know why I can't, his name escapes me at the moment. No, not Veritor, I don't remember his name. It'll come to me later on. Anyway, those are from Mortal Kombat. And then here I've got some Guardians of the Galaxy members. So we've got Rocket Raccoon, got Richard Rider Nova, Gamora, the comic version, Space Venom, who is, what's his name? He's Flash Thompson. And I've got Star-Lord and Kid Nova. And I've also got Groot right there, little potted Groot. Okay, below that we've got the Illuminati minus Professor X. Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Strange, Namor, another Iron Man, and Black Bolt. So they make up the Marvel Illuminati, at least the first reincarnation of the Illuminati. They're the ones who sent the Hulk into space, which launched the Planet Hulk storyline. some Skrulls and Kree. So Skrull Electra, Skrull Soldier, Kree Soldier, Super Skrull, and then a different version of Super Skrull back there. And this is another Kree. His name is Protector. Below that, I've got different versions of Captain America. I've got the Sam Wilson Captain America. I've got the Steve Rogers cap. I've got the Bucky cap. And got the first appearance Captain America is behind that. So it's like World War II Captain America. So World War II Steve Rogers from the MCU, World War II Steve Rogers from the Ultimates, and World War II Steve Rogers from the Earth 616. So those are some of my caps, and these are some of my Spider-Man. Cosmic Spider-Man, I guess you can call it the Todd McFarlane version of Spider-Man. Silk in the back, Superior Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man right here, Miles Morales, Spider-Girl, what's her name? Arachna or something? And then I've got the Amazing Spider-Man, what's her name? Andrew Garfield. And then this is the Big Time Spider-Man. So those are some of my Spider-Man action figures, and that's not all of them either. I've got some over here, some Asgardians, and just some gods. So here is Malekith, what's his name? Ulick in the back. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Thor, Angela, Lady Thor, who is Jane Foster, Odin, Bor, Odin's father, and here you've got Ares. This is not the Wonder Woman Ares, this is the Marvel Ares. Okay, below that I've got the original 5 X-Men. This is Beast, Iceman, Cyclops, so this is the 4th Cyclops I have on display here. Another Jean Grey, who's known as Marvel Girl back then, and Archangel right there, or Angel as he was known back then. So those are the original X-Men minus Professor X. Some symbiote characters. This is Carnage, Mac Gargan Venom, Eddie Brock Venom, Toxin in the back there in the red, and then Agent Venom, all from the comics. Of course I got Space Venom over there, and I had another Venom in my shelf back then. This is my War Machine. I have a pretty extensive collection of War Machine action figures. That is the MCU War Machine. Well, they're mainly the MCU War Machines except for that one in the middle. So there's Iron Man, like from Iron Man, what's his name? Oh, I got another War Machine over there. So they're just different versions of War Machines and concept War Machines from the MCU, except for the one in the middle is another concept version. Never really existed in the movies or the comics. But these are one of my favorite MCU action figures right there, is that War Machine Mark 1. And this War Machine Mark 3 right there. Oh yeah, that's the Iron Man Mark 2, which is what Rhodes took from Tony Stark when they were fighting, which he modded to turn into War Machine. Okay, beside that is the ACBA. These are exclusive Ninja action figures. They're some of my favorite figures. I love these guys. Like if you take a look, they're just so cool. I don't know the names of them. They're just Red Ninja, Black Ninja, like a deluxe Black Ninja they call it. And then you have a Drunken Master in the back there. And then you have this, like, what do you call it? Monk, Shaolin monk. So they're just different versions. And the cool thing is everything's swappable. So you can swap his head with his, you can give him that mask and all that stuff. Like everything here is super cool. These are my Punishers. That's my custom Punisher that I made myself. Yeah, so that's my custom Thunderbolts Punisher with the red skull. This is the 80s Punisher with the headband, Jigsaw. There's the Tim Bradstreet Punisher with the face paint. I've got a more modern looking Punisher right there. That's Thomas Jane Punisher. The 80s Punisher, like first appearance Punisher in the back there. So those are some of my Punish action figures. Of course, the John Bernthal Punisher I keep in the MCU shelf. And lastly, on this shelf, you've got the Fantastic Four. You got Herbie down here, Invisible Woman, The Thing, one of my favorites, Mr. Fantastic. I put Dr. Doom in there because he's a main Fantastic Four bad guy, and this is the Human Torch. So that is that shelf, those two shelves right there, and then the bookshelf, and then those two shelves, and then just little ones over here. Excuse me. This is getting to be a pretty long video. Deadpool, Wolverine in their comic versions, and then Deadpool and Wolverine in their X-Force versions. This one is an exclusive right here. Well, actually that one is too. So those two are exclusives. And these are some of my favorite action figures. I kind of like these action figures. I'm not a huge fan of Deadpool as a character, but I like the action figures, so that's cool. I got some NECA, they're actually knockoffs, and pardon the dust, but NECA Ninja Turtles, they're the first appearance Ninja Turtles right there. So that's what they look like in the comics, except the comics were black and white. And lastly, we're going to end it off here, but these are the 4 action figures that came with the Thor Ragnarok movie. So you've got Hela, Thor, Loki, and then you got Gladiator Hulk. I don't have the Valkyrie action figure yet. I'm looking for that one. But that's it. So yeah, this is a long video. And that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that tour. It is a rather long tour, but I hope it gives you a little bit of, insight on the collection that I have. And now you guys get a chance to see it before I box them all up. Well, I actually have to ziplock them and then box them individually, or excuse me, ziplock them individually and then box them all and then ship them. And it's going to be expensive because they're all kind of all together. They're pretty heavy. So anyway, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. Like I said, I am taking this entire thing apart this weekend, so that's just how it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's getting to be a pretty long video. I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. Take care.